All right, thanks, guys. The Sixers take on the Nets. That's going to be an 8 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Brooklyn. Philadelphia opened 2.5, total 227. Not a whole lot of movement in this game. We are still very early as we are recording this video Wednesday night. We did see a little bit of movement upward on the total, up to 227.5. But once again, Philadelphia is minus 2.5. Total open 227, up to 227 and a hook. 63% of the consensus is leaning toward the Sixers. 60% shaded toward the over. Right now, Brooklyn's plus $1.20 at home. Philadelphia ranks fourth in scoring. They're averaging 115 points per contest. They also rank fourth in defensive rebounding. Now, on the other side, Brooklyn is covering just 47% of their games when catching the points. They also rank 25th in offensive field goal percentage. We're looking at 44% in that category there. Now, total-wise, Brooklyn is 3-1 to the under in their last four. I'm going to purchase the half a point, slide it down, and take the Philadelphia 76ers minus 2 and the under 227.5 in that matchup there. All right, guys, welcome to the show. Got some lines and personal leans out for Thursday's NBA and NHL action. We will record Major League Baseball Thursday morning. But before we go ahead and move on, just want to give a couple shouts out. I don't know how you would say it, but we're going to shout out a few people. First, we want to say hello to Sports Gambling Daily, who's with us every day in the comment section. He actually has a YouTube channel of his own. A lot of great content there. That is Sports Gambling Daily. Got to give some love to my man Danny J, who's in the comment section every single day. Lucas M, what's going on? We have G Host, Kwame, who's been with me for a while. What's going on, Kwame? We have Oscar Styles, who bets alternate lines. That's his specialty. We also have my man Mike Jones, who's representing Milwaukee. Big Mike Jones cheering on the Bucks, as I believe he commented that he works at the Pfizer Center, if I'm not mistaken. Big shout out to Justin DeLeon, who's very active in the comment section on a daily basis as well. Some kind of guy, what's going on? We have Big D, IREC, my man Ant Rod, who's been with me since almost day one, and then finally, we have the friendliest troll who ever trolled, my man Evil Dax. All right, guys, before we go ahead and move on, I just want to take a quick time out and once again welcome you to the show. I also want to remind you to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage. The content just doesn't end here on YouTube. We have a lot of great stuff on that website, patreon.com/BrockPage. We have daily plays and multiple different memberships and access to content. So please feel free to just hit that pause button right now, open up your browser, and just check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage. Link is in the description section below for that website. And yeah, let's go ahead and move on. Let's cover some more games. Nuggets, Spurs, 9 o'clock Eastern tip-off in San Antonio. The Spurs open minus 2, total 212. Now, we've seen a lot of movement in this game already. We're seeing a 1.5 point move toward San Antonio and a 1.5 point move downward on the total. So now we're looking at 3.5 and 210 and a hook. So once again, the Spurs open minus 2 up to minus 3.5. Total open 212 down to 210 and a hook. 65% are leaning towards San Antonio. 59% shaded toward the over. Right now the Nuggets are plus 140 on the money line. San Antonio ranks second in field goal percentage. They're also first in three-point percentage and first from the stripe. They are 4-1 straight up in their last 5. Denver on the other side failed to cover in 3 out of their last 4. They've also covered just 17 out of 41 games away from home. And, they rank 23rd in road field goal percentage and 20th in road defensive field goal percentage. Now, total-wise, Denver is 4-2 to the over in their last 6. I like the home team in this matchup here. Give me San Antonio minus 3 after buying the half a point in the over 210.5 in that matchup there. Next and final game for our Thursday slate of NBA playoff games. It is going to be Golden State taking on the Clippers. 10:30 Eastern tip-off in Los Angeles at the Staples Center. Golden State opened 7.5, total 237. We're seeing movement upward on the spread and downward on the total. 8.5 and 236 and a hook. So once again, the Warriors open 7.5 up to minus 8.5. Total opened 237 down to 236 and a hook. 68% are leaning Golden State, 55% shaded toward the under. The Clippers rank 4th in home scoring. They're averaging 118 points per contest in that category there. They also rank 2nd in three-point percentage at home and 7th in field goal percentage. They're actually shooting 47.2% from the field this year. Now, Golden State on the other side, they failed to cover in 3 out of their last 4. They've also covered just 15 out of 35 as the official road favorite. And one more thing to add about Golden State, they've successfully covered the number in just 8 out of their last 25 that tipped off at the current point spread. Now, total-wise, the Clippers are 7-1 to the under at the current total. Give me the Clippers +9 after buying the hook, and the under 236.5 in that matchup there. All right, let's go ahead and slide into some Stanley Cup playoff hockey. We have a couple games in progress right now, but we're going to take a look at Thursday's action, beginning with Washington taking on Carolina. 7 o'clock Eastern puck drop in Carolina. The Hurricanes opened $1.25, total 5.5. Now we're seeing pretty good two-way action on the money line. No movement there as of yet, but we did see a nice little move upward on the total up to an even 6 goals. So once again, the Hurricanes are -125, total open 5.5 up to 6. 54% of the consensus is leaning toward the Hurricanes. 57% shaded toward the over. Right now, Washington is +110 on the money line. Carolina +215 on the puck line. We have Braden Holtby for the Caps. Peter Mrazek for the Canes. Washington is .576 in their games when Holtby makes the start. Carolina .558 when Peter Mrazek makes the start themselves. Now, Carolina has really had a tough time against this Capitals team. They're just 1-6 straight up taking on Washington this year. They're also just .393 taking on teams over 500. So really struggling against those top-tier teams. One more thing to add about Carolina, they rank 16th in home scoring. Now Washington on the other side, they rank 4th in road scoring, and they are .625 following a day off. Now, total-wise, Washington is 6-3 to the over in their last 9. Carolina 6-2 to the over in their last 8 at home, taking on the Caps. If you're into historical trends, I do like the road dog in this matchup here. I'm going to lean toward Washington +110 in the over 6 goals in that game. Next matchup, St. Louis at Winnipeg, 8:30 puck drop in that matchup. The Jets opened 110, pretty much a coin flip when this one opened up, total at 5.5. Now, we haven't seen much movement on the total, but we did see a 15-cent move toward the Jets. They're now -125. So once again, Winnipeg opened 110 up to -$1.25. Totals at 5.5. 72% are leaning Winnipeg, 78% shaded toward the under. Right now, the Blues are +110 on the money line. Jets +220, laying the goal and a half. Binnington for the Blues, Hellebuck for the Jets. St. Louis is actually 7-22 in their games where Binnington makes the start. Winnipeg on the other side, they are 5-45 when Connor Hellebuck makes the start. But this Winnipeg team is playing some excellent hockey right now. And they're actually 5-3 straight up taking on St. Louis this year. They're also 22-17 straight up as the official home favorite. The Jets rank 4th in home offensive scoring. Now on the other side, St. Louis ranks 20th in road scoring, and they're winning just 48% of their games at the current market price. Total-wise, Winnipeg is 77% to the over when the line was 5.5. Give me the Jets -125 and the over 5.5 goals in that matchup there. Next and final game for the show. It is going to be Golden Knights Sharks, 10 o'clock Eastern puck drop in San Jose. Now the Sharks, believe it or not, opened as the $1.20 favorite with the total at 6. And since those markets opened this one up, we're actually seeing action on San Jose, unless it's one of those false line moves. But anyway, 5-cent move toward the Sharks. They're up to $1.25. So once again, San Jose open 120 up to -125. Totals at 6. 75% are leaning Vegas. And right now the Golden Knights are +105 on the money line. San Jose's +225, laying the goal and a half. Fleury for the Golden Knights. Jones for the Sharks. The Golden Knights are 585 when Fleury makes the start. San Jose 597 when Jones makes the start. Vegas is up 3-1 in that series. Now San Jose is 3rd in home scoring. They're 2nd in home shots allowed as well. Their opponents are shooting just 27 shots per contest at San Jose. One more thing to add about the Sharks. They're 605 at home.